Alright guys, so I'm about to go pick up that RX8 and load it up on the trailer and see how it goes. Yeah, it's a gamble, so we'll see. Alright guys, I got her home and no issues, got her trailered over here okay. Man, she's not perfect, but she's got a lot of potential. So here, let's have a look. See, the headlights need to get, they're all cloudy. I'll clean that up pretty easy. She definitely needs a wash and a good buff job. A few little dings and spots I need to get touch-up paint on. Not too crazy. And you can see I'm missing the two little corner pieces there on the trim. But I'm heading down to find a junkyard car tomorrow and get those picked up, as well as some other stuff. I'll be painting those wheels as well. What the heck are you doing, dude? So I bought this car as a cranking and not starting kind of an issue, which is a serious risk. Obviously there's some pretty bad stuff out there as far as probably needing a rebuild, but I know the battery's dead, hence why it's not in there. I already took that out. That's definitely one problem with it not starting, is the battery shot. I'm going to start there, as well as changing the spark plugs and potentially deflooding the engine as well. And it's filthy, so I'm going to clean it all up right now. Weirdo. This is the Grand Touring model, so got the good leather, all the power options, sunroof, all that fun stuff. And I need to reattach some stuff that the guy took off when I was picking it up. Wouldn't go into neutral because the battery was dead, so we're trying to bypass that. Hard to see right now, huh? Other than that, pretty clean. So today I'm going to be removing these mirror covers and painting them because they do not look good. Frick. Nothing to it. Well, there's the finished look. Just ended up doing a matte black. Nothing too crazy, but it looks better than it did. It's not perfect. I may see if the junkyard has a couple in the event that it looks better than this, but it's not bad. I like it. Alright guys, check this out. I went to the local junkyard. They only had one RX8, but it ends up they had the rear bumper pieces I need. I also got some new mirror covers there, mirror caps. And because this car has a cat with a hole in it, plus they clog anyway, that's what I'm hearing. So I scored this aftermarket, like mid-pipe, basically a cat delete. I got it all for $100. Just deflooded it, got her going. Took me a while, man. We got it. Time to go drive it. We're alive. Power steering's not working. All right, guys, a couple things going on today. So obviously got it running, which is a huge thing. Little cosmetic stuff. I'm going to touch up these headlights, make them look brand new again. They're oxidized and nasty. Other bad thing is the power steering is not working. There is a reset that I tried. You put the key to the on position, crank the wheel all the way to the right and then all the way to the left, and then it should reset, but it didn't happen. Fuse was fine, so it's not that. And if you look on YouTube, there's a ton of good videos about you pull this air box off, and there are connectors, which unfortunately this overflow tube for the coolant drips down on, and it gets dirty and nasty. And so went to the store, got some connection cleaner, and guess that's going to do the trick. All right, so I've gutted all the fun stuff out, and this lets you get access to these connectors here. So apparently what happens is this overflow tube drains straight onto those, and you can even see some overflow down below. So I'm going to disconnect those, spray them with connector cleaner, and then let them dry and reassemble. Wish me luck. Got it all put back together, have not tried it yet. Hopefully the power steering works. While I was waiting for the connectors to dry, my wife came out and said, "Are you going to paint the grill?" And I was thinking, well, I am now that you mentioned it, so I kind of have to. Am I going to do a good job of cleaning it? Probably not. I'm just going to spray it, see how it goes. All right, so I ended up hitting it with just some Krylon Fusion Matte Black 5X. Yeah, it's going to look a lot better than it did, I'll tell you that much. Well, unfortunately, I noticed another issue here. You can see by the little pool of coolant there. Somebody tried to patch the bottom of this radiator, and it is not working. So, probably got to replace it. Well, it's a new day. I've got the radiator on order. So I might as well, while I'm waiting for that, take these wheels off, change the spark plugs, and paint the wheels. And as you can see, definitely some curb rash, stuff I gotta fix, and then repaint. Should be fun. Let's go. I got the wheels cleaned up. I haven't done anything else with them, just washed them. In the meantime, I did do the spark plugs, and I have went ahead and cleaned up some stuff. Let me fix this real quick so you can see. Crank up that ISO, you know what I mean? Just one little coat on the brake caliper, and then just kind of cleaned up. It's still not super clean, but unfortunately it's a lot better than it was, so that's a plus, right? Well, unfortunately today I'm going to be replacing the radiator, so I'm going to start by taking out the battery and I believe the coolant reservoir, air box, and I'm just going to follow along a YouTube video by Driven by Madness and see how it goes. Current status, got the bumper off, battery box out. Now I got to get the air box out and keep going. Alright, so update here, got the new radiator in and just finishing buttoning up the bottom here, and then I'll start putting it all together. Whoa, that's blown out. So this aftermarket end here did not fit the new radiator. Ended up swapping, had to take the old ones off, put them on the new radiator, and this is of course one of the new ones I didn't use because it's way too sharp of an angle. Wasn't going to work, so a little bit of adapting, but we'll get it. Alright guys, so finished the radiator, and then I decided to go ahead and re-clean these connections. I cleaned this white one, and way down, let's see if I can get it to focus on it here. Way down there is the bottom of the steering shaft there, steering column. Another connection there. And I even cleaned the one hard to see right down there. So hopefully the power steering works. And I'm also going to do the negative is disconnected. I'm going to hold the brake for 1 minute and then I'll reconnect it all. Well, unfortunately, just cleaning those connections did not get the power steering to work. So my next step is I went and got a power steering module, and apparently that's just going to go underneath the ECU right here. So let's hope that works. Well, great news. This is the old one, and it was bad, apparently. Installed the new one, and power steering is working. I can't wait to drive it with that. That's going to be a lot nicer, so sick. Alright guys, so today, because I still have the key illuminated on the dash, it's on there solid. I keep reading there's an antenna underneath the rear bumper here that probably is very dirty. So I'm going to take off the bumper and clean that antenna and its connection and see if it does it. Alright, so as you can see, these are prone to getting dirty. I believe that is the antenna, the most common, the R end. Look at this thing though. I'm guessing somebody likes some fire roads or something. It's quite possible that after I clean those connections there, my buddy Tim's coming over to weld some tips on, so maybe I will leave the bumper off for that. But I'm going to disconnect the battery and clean all this up. Well, got it a little cleaned up anyway, nothing too special, but looks better. And clean the connection. If it doesn't work, well, I've been told there's something under the steering column, the immobilizer, I guess I may have to take a look at, but oh well, I'm already here, so that part's done and just waiting to do the tips. Tips look good. Today going to be draining the oil and redoing the silicone gasket for the oil pan and giving her some fresh oil, making her happy. Alright guys, got the oil pan sealant done, so now the oil pan's not leaking. She's got oil in her. Just washed it, but I need to try to correct the paint. As you can see, it's oxidized. There's nothing, no wax at all, so should be fun. Hoping for a big change. Doesn't look too bad right here, but if you get close, she needs a lot of help. Cool, stand by. All right guys, here we go. Not a ton of reflection, pretty dull, it's pretty flat, pretty oxidized. Let's see if it helps, huh? This is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to start it with the Ultra Cut compound, and then move to the Ultra Finishing polish, and then do the synthetic sealant. I am not a detailer, but I think it's going to end up better than it was, so that's a good thing. And I will be using a DA polisher. Alright guys, this thing's running like a champ, but it does still have 3 codes, one for the catalytic converter, and I am currently running that cat clean through it. And then another one is for the purge valve here. It looks filthy, so good chance I went ahead and got this cheap one. Should work. It's only 30 bucks. A lot of people tear all this stuff out to get to it, but I mean, it looks like I should be able to squeeze it out of there. Hopefully make it a 10-minute job. You know how that goes. Yeah, let's see what happens. Ended up taking off, where is it? This little hose, they can use it as a boot at the base of this bolt here at the bottom. As like a brace, I think, but I was able to, once I took that off, I can kind of twist the module this direction, and then I can just slide it out. Alright, so as you can see, got them out. This is what the factory one looks like. And here's the chintzy aftermarket, so I'll take these, put them on here, and reverse the process. But as you can see, the bottoms of them, this one's much shorter, so it'll be a lot easier to put on. Alright, going back in. Got her all in there, and well, it ended up more like a half-hour job. So, you know, you think they'd give you just a tiny bit more space to get that in there, but nah. Sometimes they like to make things difficult, but that's okay.